Hey guys, Carl here, Cultivate with Carl, and today we are filming Cultivate with Carl in front of a live studio audience. In fact, right behind me, my neighbor is having like 8 billion construction workers working on his roof. So this is going to be kind of spotty because they're running heavy equipment and stuff. So I'm going to try and get this in because today is Friday and Saturday, Sunday we have a lot of rain moving into the area and I will not be able to film over the weekend. So I got to get this in today. So the weather is impacting the garden significantly. The heat is starting to kill off the plants, and that's not the plants in the sun, direct sunlight, but also the plants underneath the shade tent here. But hey, that was expected. This is South Mississippi, Zone INA, 2 blocks right off the beach. And what happens is that as it heats up, it becomes outside of the tolerable zones for these types of plants. They have delivered a load of vegetables and fruits, and they are about to do their duty. Some of them I will just trash in the garbage can because they have spots on them and stuff that I don't like. Others will make it over and get chopped up and put into the compost. But a lot of that's going to happen after this weekend. So let me tell you, my gosh, the tomatoes have been so productive. I'll put in a still picture here and here and here of the productivity of all the tomatoes that I've gotten, and man, I've been eating them till they come out of my ears. I'm to the point now where I'm saturated and I'll be giving them away to neighbors and coworkers and relatives and stuff, and it's the fun part of gardening for you. I absolutely love it. Bang up year. I'm so happy with how everything has gone so far, and I can't wait to get in. Now we are growing through the summer. I was not originally, but I've got the shade cloth up and I have plans for that. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. So let's get on the tour. You're going to see a lot of ripe fruit, or a lot of ripe vegetables today, and then we'll talk about the plans that we have going into the summer. Okay, we're going to start in reverse order here. You can see I actually got the lawnmower out and cleaned out all the weeds and stuff. That is the cantaloupe plants, and they have flowers. No cantaloupes yet. And they appear to be doing okay in the shade and the sun. And if they take over this whole area, I really don't care. The eggplants are looking okay. They're a little hot. Now, keep in mind, I'm filming this at like 1:30 in the afternoon. I have a couple of eggplants on there, as you can see. But this is what plants look like in the midday heat. And they do this wilt so that they can survive in the heat. And but these plants will be just fine. They're going to get perked up when they get watered tomorrow. I have harvested all the green peppers off of here, and I've been eating them, and man, are they delicious. Here is some of the tomatoes. I believe these are going to be Mr. Stripeys, and you can see I've got some ones down there that are ready to go. Now, I do not let my tomatoes ripen on the vine all the way. That's about as much as they get right there. These are going to be celebrities. And I don't let them ripen on the vines because I have some little pests and vermin out here that are getting past the squirrel patrol, and they are eating them. There's a jalapeno. That's just a baby one. It'll get bigger. But here is one of the sun gold tomatoes, and you can see that it is being affected by the heat, but it has given up all its fruit. And these things have been fertilized despite the fact that it's yellow. They have been watered every morning. And look at this right here. What are you doing, Ruby? What's going on, Rube? What are you doing, Rube? You want a belly rub? Is that what you want? Oh, you little thing, you little get the belly rubs in. Yeah, that's Rube. Okay, get out of the way. So as some of the other ones, though they need to probably be trellised a little more, they have not been as affected as much by the heat. My pretty little zinnia there. And then we come around to the fence. So here we have our cucumber plants. Now there are some cucumbers here. I did cut back the weeds on the neighbor side of the fence, but these are about finished. They've given up fruit. I've let some of the cucumbers stay on just a little too long, and they've produced a lot of cucumbers, but now they've slowed down. We're about to fix this. We're about to pull these, and then what we're going to do is we're going to plant some more, and we're also going to plant the other pots that we had the potatoes in. All right, so there you go. Let's start over here, go look at the watermelons. All right, here's a problem I'm having. Gunner is on snake hunt. And all this damage and destruction to the watermelon plant has occurred because Gunner is up in there. So here's one watermelon there. There's one more melon right behind Gunner. And then there's a third over there, then the fourth over here. The plants are looking a little wilty, probably because they need water. But I'm going to fertilize them today. They'll get plenty of water over the weekend. And then I hope they bounce back. So one of the chores that I have to do today is that I have to put up a barricade to keep Gunner from rooting through the plants. Because you can see he's doing a fine job of just trampling all over them. Now the root nodules for these plants are back here in the bed. So what I'm hoping is once I give them a little relief and prevent him from stomping all over them, and I give them some fertilizer and some water, that they'll perk right up. So there you go. Watermelon beds. Okay, over here we have the beans. The green beans have given it up, man. I've had 2 good harvests of green beans, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some more, I believe. These okra haven't been doing that great. There was like 8 or 10 okra plants I planted in here, and they have not sprouted. Only these 2 sprouted, but they're producing okra, and that's pretty cool by me. The corn here is producing. I've never done this in front of a live audience before. So the corn here is producing. The silts have popped, and so what I did was I hand pollinated each of the kernels with the silts. I took a shoot off the top, got the pollen, and then rubbed it on the silts down below. So hopefully we'll get some corns. Okay, I have to stop while they saw. So anyway, here is other side of the corn, and here is a pathetic little doggy wanting attention. And over here we have the squash and zucchinis. I do have one zucchini there. That's the first zucchini. Hang on. And there's the second zucchini. That's pretty sweet. And then as you can see, these plants have started to lay down. Hang on, let me wait there. Okay, here we have the garlic and we have the onions. And I do not know what the heck is going on with these because I've not grown this type of onion and garlic before. My understanding is once these garlic tops brown out totally and die, then that's when I'm to pull it. And I am not going to catch a break with that saw, so we're just going to keep going. So they're cutting metal roof for the next door thing. I believe it's the same way with the onions. As soon as the tops die off, but these are good and healthy. Hopefully they'll bulb up and give me some onions. I don't know exactly how they only last. This is the first year I've grown them. And so there you go. That's the way it's going to be. Okay, that was the bush Goliath. All right, this is the Creole plant. And the difference between all these rest of these plants and the Creole is set up to survive in the heat. And as you can see, it's the only one that still has that's setting flowers. So all the rest of them have quit setting flowers because of the heat, except for this one. So if I can dress this up a little bit, admittedly, I haven't been doing a lot of trellising, and that was by design. If you remember, I said this year that I wasn't going to do a lot of maintenance. I was just going to let them grow and see what happened. Well, this is what you get. So also, there's just nothing I can do about the construction work going on in the background. So we're just going to push through. This is a Mr. Stripey, and Mr. Stripey has produced several nice tomatoes, and they get pretty good size and they look pretty good, and it is still going. It is definitely an indeterminate. So I'm going to trim up the bottom. I'm also going to stake up some of the runaway branches, and we'll see how long that one grows. And then last but not least, we have the Cherokee Purple. Here we've got some very nice Cherokee Purple tomatoes. I have a few in the house, and it is also still setting flowers. So we're going to let the Cherokee Purple live also. Down here we have the potatoes, and they are giving it up like they're supposed to. They are at the end of their life cycle. They're setting tubers. I come out here and I water them intermittently, but I haven't been giving them fertilizer for a couple weeks. And they will all end up looking just like this. And then when they look like this, in just a few days, it's ready time to flip the buckets. All right, guys, here we have tomato bed number 2. And as you can see, I have a ton of tomatoes on this bed. They're a combination of varieties. And from celebrity to a bunch of different determinants in here. So they are all doing really good. Here, this plant has started to turn. Again, the heat is whipping upon it. And that's okay. That's okay. Did its job. We have a lot of cherry tomatoes. Man, I have cherry tomatoes coming out of my ears. And then, but let's get over to the other side. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to harvest all of these tomatoes. And then I will bag them up after I pick out a few for me. And then I'll bag them up. Like you see that one right there. I will go ahead and pick that one and let it ripen on my windowsill. I have some kind of pest out here, and I believe it to be a rat that is eating on the bottom of my tomatoes. So I'll come out, it's not uncommon for me to find tomatoes with the bottoms nibbled on. Could be caterpillars, but I truly believe it's a rat. So look right here, all of these cherry tomatoes are popping. This was bed number 3, and it was a cherry tomato bed. And so we're gonna be thinning things out. We're gonna be recovering some of these cherry tomatoes, and we're gonna be eating really good. But I hope your gardens are doing this well. I'm very pleased with how the gardens look. That right there will make a good picture for the cover probably. But in that picture right there, there's probably 25 or 30 good ready to eat cherry tomatoes. All right guys, so there you have it. That's the garden tour. For sure summer is here, and that means that we have to deal with the heat. I do not believe the tomatoes would be faring as well if I did not have them under the shade cloth. I'm honest about that, because last year the same thing happened. We are in, tomorrow's the 1st of June. Today's May 31st, Melissa's birthday. Happy birthday, Leslie. It hit just like this last year. The heat just came on all of a sudden, and bam, it was hot as all get out, and the plants just quit producing and they died. So at least this way I'll get my harvest out. What a harvest it is, right? And then, you know, this year, like I said, I was gonna do minimal. I wasn't gonna prune a lot. I wasn't gonna put pesticides. I haven't put neem oil on this. If you watch my channel from the past, you know that I'm like a neem oil fanatic. So I haven't put any pesticides on here, and I've been doing minimal maintenance just to see what I could get. And so I'm really satisfied with the garden so far. And we're gonna see how we can proceed into the future. So let's let them finish cutting, and I'll just edit. Okay, 5, 4, I got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're inside now. The construction noise, them guys are working hard because it's hot out there. It's up in the upper 80s, almost 90, but they're working up there on that roof. They're laying metal. Whew, good Lord, bless them. So, and the dogs have just pushed open the back door, so now we can hear the saw noise inside. That's the Squirrel Patrol. Gotta love them. All right, so here's today's harvest. So let's check it out. We got that monster zucchini, and then it will pair with these just fine. These are 2 of the squash that came off the other plant with the vine borer. I'm going to actually try and save all those. I'm going to trellis them up, and then we'll see what happens. They've been growing for a little bit, but I think if I can trellis them up, hit them with a little pop of nitrogen and some good even mix fertilizer, and then shoot a little. I'm gonna shoot some BT up that vine borer hole, and hopefully I can kill the vine borer while he's still alive. You know, he'll be up in there eating, and I'll squirt some of the BT up there, and that will take him out. And then the plant can survive. It will continue to grow. If he hasn't eaten so much that the water can't get through to the leaves, if he hasn't done that much damage, the plant will bounce back. And then what you do is you wrap you push the dirt up around where the hole is, and I'm actually going to try and stand them up and see what happens. So we'll see. We got 1 cucumber today. It's just a little small boy, but that's good. That'll make a good salad. We got a couple tomatoes. This was the tomato I said I wasn't going to eat. It's the one off of that Bush Goliath plant. And really, it should be a lot bigger. But we're going to put this to the side. I'll cut this open later and see what's on it. Over there in the pot, I have a Cherokee Purple. This is my most successful Cherokee Purple year ever. One of these came off of the plant in tomato bed number 1. The other 3 of these came off of one of the tomato ICU plants on the side. And that is wonderful. I have a friend who likes those a lot. He's growing some of his own this year. Hopefully, he'll get a bunch also. These are celebrities, these round ones. And they are a little small, but this is as big as they're going to get. And I do pick them when they've just blushed, just like this. And I will ripen them over here on the windowsill. We'll take a look at the windowsill here in a second. And they taste good. And there's a couple of them out there that just have the entire bottom eaten out of them. There's some, I've got caterpillars or something, and they're up in there. Plus, I think the rat, but the damage that was on the 2 that are out there that are eaten up, for sure, it's caterpillar damage. This is a blossom end rot spot that started, but then I hit it with the calcium nitrate, and it cured itself and pushed on. So this tomato is going to be fine. It's going to be totally edible. I will take it and put it on the windowsill till it ripens. I got to go out there and look at my tags because I've been getting a lot of tomatoes that are this size, and I really think that these are small celebrities. But, you know, as to why they didn't get bigger than this, I have no idea. So all I do when I'm making a salad is I'll half them and put them into salad or something. But that's good. I got a lot of the ums today. Here's another good one. But here's the rest of the cherry tomatoes. Look at that. That is something. Look at all that color. That's pretty amazing. It makes me happy, right? It makes me happy. This is why we do it. Now, you know, so yeah, I love the memes that say, you know, you spend hundreds of dollars to save $2 at the store. But it's more than that for me because these tomatoes taste better than store tomatoes. There's nothing fake about these store tomatoes. We put the plants in the ground. The sun did its work. The water did its work. The plant did its work. We get to go out there and reap the benefits of having fresh produce that hasn't been fiddled with or altered or sprayed or nothing like that. And so that's what we get. And so I'm extremely happy. Let's take a pan around. Well, I'll just keep handing over stuff. Look at these. These are some of my green peppers. Look how good they look. Those are wonderful. And I've gotten more this year. If you remember, I'm terrible at growing green peppers. And this is as big as I've ever gotten them to grow. Also, these jalapenos are massive. So I've got quite a few. Actually, I gave away some, and they came back. So these, they came back, and my son's mother-in-law lives in the next town over. She makes awesome stuffed jalapenos, so I think I'm going to bag them and take them to her on the condition that I get a few back. These are so far the okra I've gotten off the one plant. This one, a little too big, a little too woody, but these are good to go. So I'll probably end up freezing these. This little fella right here, I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe probably going to compost. These were some pickling cucumbers that didn't get pollinated enough. So basically, I'll still use them. And I'll just cut the ends off, throw them in a salad. But here are more of the jalapenos. Look at these puppies. These things look great. They smell great. I got a couple of my first Cherokee Purples here. I've let these sit a little too long. That's a shame. I'm going to use them tonight in something. This little fella's a little wrinkled. So one day we're going to do a video about ugly fruit. So if you came across this fruit in the grocery store, would you pick it and eat it? And for a lot of you, the answer is no, you wouldn't. But if this were the Great Depression and we were growing to survive, would you eat this tomato? Heck, I'd probably eat the tomato out there with the caterpillar in it. And so I think that's a show worthy of discussion. But look at these. These were picked, I want to say yesterday or the day before. Well, they were picked a couple days ago because they sat on the windowsill and they've ripened. These were picked yesterday. And this is my average harvest per day right here. This is what I'm getting per day. And then this actually is the day before. But let's look at this is the prettiest tomato so far, and I'm just beaming like a proud dad because I'm all happy and stuff. But I mean, this makes me happy. You know, I hope it makes you happy. I hope the gardening makes you happy too. There are some other tomatoes on the windowsill, a couple more good-looking Cherokee purples and stuff. But I think we'll go ahead and wrap up because I've shown off enough. Guys, this is why we do it. This is good for our souls. This is good mental health. It's good survival skills. God knows these are trying times, and you need to know how to take care of yourself. Not that tomatoes are going to do it, but if I had some tomatoes and needed to trade for some zucchinis or squash, I could do that. In fact, I've just traded off a bag of these tomatoes and some other vegetables for all the wood that they're leaving back there in the alley. So I'm going to build some more garden beds with it. So it's probably a couple $100 worth of wood for some tomatoes, zucchinis, and squash that I grew in my garden. That's a winner chicken dinner if you look at my book. But Squirrel Patrol, they're all happy to be inside in the middle of this hot day. I'm happy to be inside with all this produce. I got a lot of cleaning up and bagging to do. I want you to get outside and do some gardening. It's going to be raining this weekend. I'm probably building plastic models, to be honest with you. But I'll be thinking about Sunday night, Monday, when I can get out there and get the garden back in shape a little bit after the rain. So it's Carl signing off on a little bit extra of a long show today, but we're reviewing our produce. So you have a great day, and happy birthday to my little sister from Carl from Cultivate with Carl.